I want to under-promise and over-deliver.
3, 2, 1, go. To hit the red light, but what's up, you guys? Welcome back to WIDEBODY Nation. We are in the C8. This is Zach here. It is his first time in the C8. He's driven my C7 a little bit like that, but this is kind of a different beast, right? But you guys always are asking questions about affording cars, about hustling, about making money online, and Zach has been able to convert his passion, and it's mainly centered around comic books and other areas of that business. He's gonna get us in front of the school bus real quick, but he's been able to convert his passion and knowledge in that to his full-time job. But I mean, do you even feel like you work?
Not at all, not a day.
Yeah, so I originally met Zach. We met because of cars, but now we're friends because of business. So we're gonna ping some questions off him for the benefit of the group. Absolutely. And you guys can let me know what you think of content like this. I'm gonna have my business coach in here. We're gonna have one of our lawyer friends in here, accountant. So, you know, Zach's out here grinding in the comic book world. What's your website?
Zach's Live Comic Auctions on Facebook.
Okay, so you leverage Facebook to sell your product then?
Absolutely, Facebook Live, yes.
Alrighty, well, so I know a little bit about Zach's business. I've tuned in for some of his shows. He's got the comic books. He grades them himself.
Yes.
You know, like you take all your knowledge and then you put a numerical rating on it?
Yeah, look at any defects in the book, any flaws, any problems with the page colors, and I'll give that book a rating from 0 to 10.
Okay. And so then the price is based off of like how popular and how good of a rating?
Absolutely. Okay. Whatever the condition of that is heavily determines the value of that item.
All right, so just a quick reminder, it's on Zach's Live on Facebook. So how often do you do, how many shows do you do?
Usually 3 a week.
3, okay. And do you do any weekend shows, or is it always during the week?
Not a lot, mostly during the week.
Okay, mostly during the week.
Yeah.
You just did X-Men?
Yeah, the full X-Men run.
All right. So X-Men, I tuned in for one of, what's the Spider-Man guy? The Venom?
Yeah,
yeah, you did.
Show,
I tuned in for his Venom show.
Yeah.
And you've got that Venom one right up behind you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that worked well. But yeah, so, you know, it's a relatively simple concept, and this is not to you know, downplay how much Zach has put in for work, because obviously he spent his whole life getting to learn about comic books. But, you know, Zach, he's got his office upstairs, he's got a cool computer set up, and he has leveraged social media to be his platform to sell a ton of comic books. He reaches all across the United States, between California.
We have customers in Japan.
Oh, I mean, Canada, international, yeah.
Yeah, so, all over, yeah.
So I know you guys, one of the points here is, I know everybody watching this right now has something that you guys are very passionate about, that you know a lot about because you're passionate about, and that you could really turn into probably just a side hustle off the bat, but someday you could probably leverage it to where, you know, maybe that replaces your full-time income. And so that's the kind of stuff we like to highlight here on the channel when we're not just talking car buying. Zach, what do you think so far about the C8? You've driven, what, 50 miles in it or so?
Yeah, roughly.
A little bit of highway, a little bit of back road. What do you think?
I think it's amazing. I think it's an awesome, awesome car. I think it's Corvette's best. I think the engine sounds amazing. I think it pulls like a Banshee. I think I don't like the gear selection.
Yeah,
I think I don't like that, and I don't like the rear camera, because I feel like I'm watching a hunting TV show, and I shouldn't be while I'm going down the road at 80 miles an hour.
Talking about the rear view camera.
Yeah.
You guys have seen that in another video. I'll do another one specifically on this, but it's got the camera over the engine that acts as the rear view. But
yes, not a fan. Other than that, yeah, this car is beautiful. It's amazing. It looks good. It feels good. It handles just as good as my old Shelby. I mean, it's awesome, man.
Nice.
It's an awesome run.
Yeah, totally different than the C7 too. Like, kind of makes you appreciate both, honestly.
Right. I think it's a solid 9 of 10. Yeah. I think it's solid 9 of 10.
When you put the price tag on these, though,
yeah,
doesn't that kind of give it a whole new spin too?
Oh yeah,
as
for
far
the money you're paying, for what you're getting, it's insane. You're getting a good deal. You're essentially getting a supercar for new Dodge Caravan loaded prices, you know. So
yeah, you can option some of these out. The cheapest way I would ever option one, if you guys are looking for the best bang for your buck, is just get the 1LT, but get the Z51 package. That'll put you right at about 65, but you're getting the rear engine sports car, the Z51 package, like you guys already know, upgraded brakes, suspension, exhaust, and a couple other things cosmetically. but that's really the best bang for your buck. This is a 2LT, so it's got a little nicks and knacks, you know, the cooled seats and the little bit of leather around the bows, but enough about that. It's not necessarily a car video. Zach is going to get into a little bit more of how he built up his business, just so, to give you guys an idea, because it's not saying you need to go start the next good big comic book business, but using some of the tactics and the techniques and the motivation from how he did it will help you guys with whatever you are great at. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I started in 2016, September, when I got back from Afghanistan. I was a defense contractor before, and I've collected comic books my entire life, and there's a huge market for it, and I used to just sell them to buy others that I wanted that cost more money. Well, as things went on, I thought, you know what? Facebook Live just came out, and that'd be an insane medium to do this, because it's like eBay without the bullshit.
Yeah.
There's no messaging back and forth for days on end. There's none of this not getting answers in real time.
Right.
Everything's right there, and everything that comes out of my mouth, the customer sees that, and there's accountability there. We don't delete videos. That's right. We don't delete videos. That video stays up indefinitely.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that either.
So if that customer buys a book, and 3.5 years from now, he's like, I'm going to get it graded, and there's a problem. Guess what? We're still accountable.
Okay, that's
and
good.
We believe in what I sell.
Yeah.
You know, we hold everything true. So, you started in September 2016. Not going to lie, the first 3 months were atrocious. I questioned myself. I was like, what am I doing? And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm just going to stick the path. Just going to stick the path and stay the course. In month 4, it blew up. And kind of my idea was, if I can get product into 2 or 3 people's hands, that'll turn into 6, turn into 12, turn into 100.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Kind of hit that exponential point.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you know, with the business, we talked about the grading earlier. You know, if I ever think a book's a 7, I'm going to call it a 6.5.
Yep.
I want to under promise and over deliver, because I would rather them be happy and come back tomorrow as I would to make one big shot today and then that's it and it's done. That's stupid.
Yeah, paying it forward, you know.
This is a little over 4 years. Now we have done right at 2.8 million in sales in 4 years out of my office at home. I had a retail store for 2 years. I would advise against that.
Yeah.
Retail is not where it's at all.
I mean, especially with 2020 on top of your experience. I mean, then 2020.
Yes.
Physical things in 2020 storefronts.
Retail,
nothing is safe.
It's nothing but overhead, and it's you don't want it. We live in such a day and age when everything's so accessible online. You don't need a huge building with people to come in and have to pay all that overhead, all that money, all those extra expenditures. You don't need that. You know, we're one of the biggest comic book dealers in America, and I operate out of my house. That says everything. That says everything about what today's models are for business. And I think the things I would like to really hit on is, if you're thinking about starting a business or something that you're passionate about, stick with it, do what you love, don't care what anyone else thinks about it, because the second you do that, you're going to fail. And always be honest and truthful to people, no matter what. Whether you're a reseller of something like me, or whether you're doing anything, honesty is key across the board, because if you don't have clients, you have nothing.
All good there. That's I mean, and you still, even though you're online, you still have employees too.
Correct.
So just because you got rid of a storefront doesn't mean you don't have employees.
I have Kobe. He does my shipping for me. He's amazing. He really helps me out on that because we sell so much. I just don't have time to do all that. You know, on average per month, I think last time I talked to Chris, we're sending out about 460, 470 orders.
Wow.
So that's individual orders.
That's a lot of post office.
That's a lot of post office, yep. And then Chris, our data analytics guy, he actually watches the show, and he will keep up with who's bought what for how much, and then we'll get an Excel spreadsheet, and Chris can keep me up with real-time data with what's going on in the show. So that lets me know whether the people that are watching the show are enjoying the content of the characters that we're putting up, or they're not.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, the analytics, I feel like that probably helps you out. I mean,
it's massive.
You've got a good
time saver.
Right. Well, it helps you out a lot because you can keep, and this is a good lesson, is once you start scaling, once you start hitting that exponential point, that's when you can start bringing in people to really optimize, because Zach's time here, or Zach's time in his business, is best spent what he knows best, which is the market and the books and the customer. Like, if he's wasting all his time going to the post office 3 times a day, every day, because he's got plenty of orders where that could be a reality, or he was also trying to do the Excel analytics, typing in all these types of launch codes,
we would be losing 3 sales days per week.
Right, you know, he would be not efficient,
no.
Right? And in this marketplace, it pays to be efficient.
Absolutely.
So that is definitely a good takeaway. Originally, you know, off the bat, you guys are gonna find yourself doing everything, you know, flushing the toilets, mopping the building. If you have a building, you're gonna find yourself shipping, analytics, whatever it is with your business, you will have to do off the bat. Most likely, because that's how startups are. But that lets you know
what those processes are,
right,
and how to do them in the most effective way.
Right.
So when you do find yourself to the point where you need that additional help, you know the best way to process it, the best way to explain it, show them that, then let them determine their own method.
Right. So yeah, doing your time in the trenches, this is not saying that you should not be familiar with any of that. It's the opposite. It's, you know, spending time in sales, spending time shipping things, spending time doing the analytics with your, you know, doing your own taxes, whatever it may be. It gives you that perspective and that appreciation for that person who can do it better than you, so you can focus on what you do best.
Absolutely, because efficiency relates into more profit dollars.
Exactly.
If you don't have efficiency, if you're just spinning your tires, you're not going anywhere.
Nope. Even though spinning your tires might be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only cool for so long,
It's not
right?
cool in business.
Yeah.
It's cool in this car, though.
Yeah. But, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. We are picking up my Subaru S209. We got some Widebody Nation graphics done professionally on there. The last thing we want to leave you with is the way, you know, the way Zach has been able to basically turn his passion into his business is, it's called, or for the way I call it, is the what makes you forget to eat rule. So I'll say it again. What makes you forget to eat? And for me, it's cars. Mainly car buying, which you guys know, car buying, car selling, and, you know, working with cars and talking to people about cars. But for Zach, you know, it's comic books, if
yeah,
I'm right.
For sure. Yeah.
And so what I mean by that is, I can talk about cars and go to car meets and go to dealerships all day, and I will forget to eat. I'll forget to eat breakfast, lunch. By the time it's dinner, all of a sudden I'll kind of get hit with a freight train of hunger. Like, what have I been doing all day that made me forget to eat multiple meals, maybe not even drink water? What made me forget to do that? And for me, it's cars. It's sharing cars with people. That's why we have the C8. That's why we have the Red Eye coming, to get as many friends, family, subscribers to the Widebody Nation behind the wheel and in the conversation as possible. So, you know, we were happy to have Zach here today.
Thank you so much.
And I don't know anything about comic books, so it always amazes me how he's been able to turn it into such a great business that you know, supports him and his family and makes him happy, right? Like, you know, do you even feel like you work?
No, not at all.
So
I love every day. It's fun. I get to meet so many amazing people through this. I've met some of the coolest people I've ever known through my business.
Right.
It's just amazing, the people you meet. And it's, you know, I wouldn't trade it for anything. The subject matter, the people, the flashiness of it, the fun, and I like how it's finally becoming more mainstream and being what it is, and that's cool because, you know, if you look at Action Comics #1, that's the first appearance of Superman. That sold in 2011 for $3.2 million.
Holy.
3.2 million. I think if that same book was to come to market today, we'd be looking at closer to 8.
It always amazes me when you talk about those top of the line.
There's a reason they cost that much.
I know.
There's a reason. They're rare.
I mean, I know they're rare. I just have no bearing on it, so it always wows me. Because I mean, someone can tell me that this Ferrari, that, you know, if a Ferrari, you know, if you're talking an F40, it originally sold for, you know, X $100,000, right? But now it's worth X $1 million. Right. But to me, that's kind of like a linear. I can connect the dots on that. Right. Whereas comic books, I mean, what's the original face value of that Superman?
10 cents. You could have bought it in 1938.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
10 cents.
That's the thing.
That's a lot of money in 1938.
I mean, it's not $8 million though.
Yeah, no, that's a good return on investment. That's a really good ROI for sure.
Yeah, but so that's very interesting. So learning about new industries, learning how Zach has been able to make that successful has been valuable for me. It's also been fun, you know, just knowing Zach and having him get behind the wheel of the cars. And I just hope to bring enough of that same kind of value that I've got from Zach to you guys, and also share a little bit of car content with you as well. So Zach is gonna go ahead and send it. Oh man, we got a Tacoma that's gonna get in our way.
He's okay. We'll let him swerve on by. Let's see what this Batmobile will do.
Yeah, we're in sport mode right now because track mode has been finicky during break-in. Still got to do the oil change, but all right.
She pulls. She pulls.
Oh, the birds were out.
She pulls. She pulls really good.
Yeah, it's cold out too, so.
Yeah, it's cold. We slipped a little bit.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
It's crazy though.
Yeah, it's definitely impressive. It's definitely impressive for sure.
All right, guys. Well, that is all for this video. Let me know what kind of benefits or what kind of critiques you guys have for these type of videos, since this is the first time that we're doing more of a business talk. You know, if you want me to try to bring on specific people, whether it's dealership staff, lawyers, you know, my business coach is coming on, my accountant, financial planners, all those guys, trying to get kind of a one of each at least, so that you guys have enough resources to potentially draw back on and get some inspiration from. You know, whenever I watch podcasts, if I find it very valuable, sometimes I'll go rewatch it if I need to get that inspiration. But that's what we're trying to bring to you guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, comment below if you guys need anything. Zach's link is down below in the pinned comment and in the description. It's Zach's Live, 2 to 3 shows a week. Yeah. All types of different comic books. And
check us out during football, man. We do free giveaways when certain teams score touchdowns.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that either.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, appreciate you guys tuning in. We will see you for the next video. Stay safe, and I will see you next time.
Like half of the car, door jam.